the Trenton Speedway for the 10th race of Season 1 of the SCRL Kart Series. The number 10, our points leader, Riley Spurley 2, will be leading us to the green flag. Start beside him is the 48 of Carlos Rodriguez. Rest of the starting lineup for today's race. All 33 cars are here. Rowan Marmot, who won the last round at Watkins Glen, will be starting in the 5th spot. He enters this race minus 533. Riley Spurley 2, who came into Watkins Glen with a 674 point lead, left with 533. So he lost a lot of points to Rowan. But the very next round, Riley Spurley 2 is back by winning the pole here at Trenton. The second time in a row he has won the pole here at Trenton. Of course, Trenton Speedway, this 1.48 mile oval. This is the third time we're racing at this track here in series history. The first race, Riley Spurley 2 won. The second, Michael Brown won. Michael Brown is starting 6th. We have 4 races to go in this season. Spurley Tube, as I mentioned before, his lead was 674. It's now down to 533. Looking to expand that lead to try and lock up his first ever championship here in this league. We got some heavy hitters in terms of tracks still on the schedule, so the championship is far from over. And now for those most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
The field is rolling off to begin our lone pace lap around this track. Doesn't look like anybody's having any problems, which is always a good thing. Of course, some drivers are probably hoping, pleading, praying that Riley Spurley Tube has problems, so they can try and gain some points. So I mentioned before, it was this race earlier in the season that Spurley Tube won to become the first driver to win not only twice here in the Kart Series, but the first driver to win back-to-back races after he had won the Indy 500. And it was that Indy 500 that Spurley Tube gained 1,000 points and was able to leapfrog into the lead, that which he has not lost in the past 5 races. So Spurley Tube has led the championship for the past 5 races. There are 14 races in the season for those of you that are keeping score at home. Ten laps will be the distance for today's race. No green-white checkers here in 1979. He's got some tough challengers. I mean, don't just give this win to Spurley Tube just because he's starting on the pole. He's got Carlos Rodriguez, who won at Atlanta. He got Daniel Bouchard behind him, who won at Michigan. He's got Al Legacy. He's got Rowan, 2-time race winner. And he's got Michael Brown, the last winner here at Trenton. So just because Spurley Tube is starting first does not mean he's going to win the race. Pace car will pull in. And we'll begin the third race here at Trenton, here in the Kart Series. And race number 10 is underway. Off towards turn number 1. Spurley Tube has the inside line. Carlos Rodriguez fighting hard on the outside line. And he's actually going to maybe clear Spurley Tube. As we head down the backstretch, Spurley Tube does have the preferred line going into turn number 3. We'll see if Carlos Rodriguez can jump down in front of him. Yeah, yes he will. Wow. A good run on the outside line by Carlos Rodriguez. So Spurley Tube will drop back to second place. Battle for third. Here comes Al Legacy battling Daniel Bouchard. So Al Legacy goes into third and gets a podium right now. Whoa! Seb Oskin. What a hard hit by Oskin. This is the second time Oskin has actually crashed here at Trenton. And we are racing it back. But Carlos Rodriguez as our race leader. Spurley Tube with a good run on turn number 5. Can he get the run going down the front stretch? Here comes Al on the inside line. A Spurley Tube is not going to be enough. Carlos Rodriguez will lead him to the caution flag. That did not take long for the first caution to happen. Carlos Rodriguez is our race leader. Here's the cause of caution. Sam Oskin racing with Rowan Marmot, the number 30 of Titus Marchi, and the 23 of Easton Myers. Let's see what happens. Let's see, looks like... What the heck? Did Oskin have a problem there? I'm not real sure what happened to Oskin. Oskin just turned all of a sudden. Maybe contact right there with the 23. Go on board with the 23 car. Let's see. Does he make contact? Possibly, yeah, right there. The wing makes contact with Sam Oskin, and Oskin goes up the track into the outside wall very hard. And Oskin's momentum is going to send him for a flip for the second time. Here at Trenton, Oskin has flipped. Oops. And he's actually upside down again. We'll take a look at it again. Yeah, I mentioned before, Oskin, he flipped in the second Trenton race. And just past lap 1, he goes for another flip. And another wild ride. He came in here 4th in points. He actually gets into the fence. And this is going to hurt Oskin championship-wise because his car is destroyed and he's done for the day. So Oskin will finish last place. And his championship hopes take another hit. Red Trenton. Well, as we clean this mess up in turn number 1, we'll take you to our first commercial break of today's race.
Oh, I've tried 'em here, I've tried 'em there, I've tried 'em where they make 'em square. But there's nothing like the one and only Whopper.
Oh, we've tried 'em fancy, tried 'em fried, we were never satisfied. Oh, there's nothing like the one and only Whopper. The one and only Whopper, flamethrower through and through.
Crisp lettuce, onions, mayonnaise.
Fresh tomatoes too. Who's got the only Whopper? The one and only Whopper. Burger King and I.
Meat prices are sky high, and I'm trying to keep my food budget down to earth.
Hi, I can help.
The helping hand from Hamburger Helper.
At your service.
You can help me save?
Sure, because Hamburger Helper can help you turn just 1 pound of hamburger into a delicious hearty dish in a snap. Enough for your whole family.
Mom, this tastes good.
And it keeps your budget from getting out of hand. Hamburger Helper, when you need a helping hand.
Hey, how was the monster that ate Tokyo?
It made me scared. It made me hungry.
Then you're going for a burger?
Have you seen the price of burgers lately?
We're going to Kentucky Fried Chicken.
At the Colonel's, I know we always get fresh quality chicken.
Now, this is a good meal at a price that makes good sense. Right, son?
Right.
It's so nice, nice to feel. So good about a meal. So good about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
If you want to believe in magic, in beauty, in friendship, and freedom, believe in the Black Stallion.
The biggest, the blackest, and the strongest, the most beautiful horse that ever was.
Francis Ford Coppola presents Walter Farley's timeless classic, whose time has come. The Black Stallion. The story of a legendary horse who could only be tamed by a young boy's love. Together, they survive a shipwreck. And the dangers of an island wilderness.
You saved my life.
They meet a forgotten man.
He'll be moving, he'll be making that rhythm. You just go on with him, see?
Who helps them bring a legend to life.
I've seen a horse that defies the imagination, that runs like a demon possessed, at speeds beyond belief. He could be the greatest sensation in racing history.
The Black Stallion, An unforgettable adventure, a motion picture of extraordinary beauty, a story that will make your heart race, your spirit soar. But most of all, it will make you believe in the Black Stallion.
And we are back. 4 laps to go. Sam Oskin is the only car out of the race. It says broken clutch, but that is not true. He actually crashed out, so not sure why there's a discrepancy there. We have 32 cars left still in this race. Carlos Rodriguez is our race leader. Second is Riley Spurley, our points leader. Third is Al Lagasse. Fourth, Daniel Bouchard. Fifth is Michael Brown. Sixth is Rowan Marmot. Seventh is Easton Myers. Eighth is Giorgio Tatsumi. Ninth is Matt Boy. And 10th is Clay Myers. So Carlos Rodriguez looking to hold off our points leader, Riley Spurley to try and prevent Spurley from gaining maximum points. So Rodriguez is trying to fight for everybody in this series aside from Spurley, as Spurley is trying to win another race and try and lock up the championship earlier in the season. Also, Spurley is trying to go for his second Trenton win, third of the season. Carlos Rodriguez looking for his second ever career win here in this league and series. And you got Al Lagasse looking for his first win of the season, too, for the Lagasse family. You got Daniel Bouchard back there in fourth. You got Michael Brown, who is the defending race winner at Trenton. So we got a lot of tough challengers in the top 5. And don't forget Rowan Marmot, who just won at Watkins Glen in P6. So anything could happen over the next 4 laps. Rodriguez with a lot of pressure on him. He's a rookie driver, trying to hold off a field full of veterans and rookies to try and get his second kart series win and keep his championship hopes alive with 4 races to go in the championship. Pace car will pull in for possibly the final time. And we're back to racing here at Trenton, and you see Spurley, he was not ready to go. Al Lagasse was. He got a good jump. Off into turn number 1. Into turn number 2. Down the back stretch. Spurley and Al Lagasse trying to work together to try and close in on Carlos Rodriguez as we head around the kidney bean part of the track. Battle for second place. Here comes Al Lagasse. Not able to, but that's going to give a good run to Spurley as we head off toward turn number 5. Down the front stretch, Spurley does not close in on Rodriguez right there because Rodriguez just a good run off turn 5. 3 laps to go. Lead is 2/1000ths of a second. Still single file for the first several spots. You see Chase Miller making the move into P14. Al Lagasse once again trying to peek around Riley Spurley. He knows if Spurley can't catch Rodriguez, he should try and go for second. But Spurley is just so good off the turn right there. But Carlos is just so better coming off the turn. We got 2 laps to go. Here comes Al Lagasse once again trying to go for second place. He's got to go now because he can't wait for a caution or for Rodriguez to make a mistake. So Spurley falls back to third. He will not win this race unless something drastic happens up front. And he will lose 4th spot. He'll lose 3rd spot to Daniel Bouchard. And Bouchard dives it on in there. The 2 cars make contact. And now Lagasse is going to lose a lot of ground. And that's going to allow Carlos Rodriguez to pull away. Horrible luck for Al Lagasse going for his first win. So Bouchard moves into 2nd place. And that's just going to allow Carlos Rodriguez to pull away. White flag, 1 lap to go. Horrible luck for Al Lagasse, who falls back to 5th spot. There he is. Oh, we got a crash. But it doesn't matter. We are racing it back. Down the backstretch for the final time. Into turn number 4. And turn number 5. Entering this season, Carlos Rodriguez had never won a race. In his 3rd start, he wins at Atlanta. And now in his 10th career start here in the car series, Carlos Rodriguez scores career win number 2 here at Trenton. And you see the 97 Dylan Ibrahim, his car is completely destroyed. He got into a crash with Daniel Grachach, but it doesn't really matter. as Carlos Rodriguez scores career win number 2 here at Trenton. So before we take you to your results, we'll take a look and see what happened to Dylan Eberheim and Danica Chach. Dylan Eberheim running in the 24th spot. He just starts blowing up immediately. Looks like engine failure. So Dylan just blows up going into turn number 1. He tries to slow down. Carol Dent gets a scrape right there, and Danica Chach nowhere to go. 2 cars make contact. Daniel into the outside wall very hard, head on. Dylan backs it up, and that brings out the caution. The second one of the day, but the race was already across the start-finish line, and yeah. Now we will take you to your results. So Carlos Rodriguez hangs on for his second win of the season, second of his career. Second, Daniel Bouchard. Third, points leader Riley Spurley-Tube. Fourth, Michael Brown. Fifth, Al Lagasse. Sixth, Easton Myers. Seventh, Giorgio Tatsuyama. Eighth, Rowan Marmot. Ninth, Clay Myers. And 10th, Matt Boy. Rest of your race results. We had 30 cars finish the race on the lead. Technically, yeah, we had 32 cars finish the race on the lead lap. Daniel Gachach is saying he retired, but he actually crossed the start-finish line, so he did finish the race. So we had 33 cars finish the race on the lead lap. 32 on the lead lap. Only one driver was out, Sam Oskin, due to crash. Well, that is it here for Trenton for race number 10. We'll take you to Victor Lane for the second time in his career with Carlos Rodriguez. Here are your point standings after the 10th race of the season at Trenton. Riley Spurley-Tube is still our points leader. He has a 668-point lead over Rowan Marmot. Third is Clay Myers, 707 points behind. And fourth is Carlos Rodriguez with the win, gained 3 spots. He is 794 points behind. Fifth is Sam Oskin, 794 points behind. Sixth is Chase Miller. Seventh is David Briers. Eighth is Michael Brown. Ninth is Jack Lagasse. And 10th is Daniel Gachach. 11th is Daniel Bouchard. 12th, Ray Dent Jr. 13th, Chad Myers. 14th, Trey Wright. 15th, Marcus Sasachi. 16th is Chad Deskwater. 17th is Al Lagasse. 18th is Ryan Pritchard. 19th is Dexter Black. And 20th is Kristen Russell. 21st is Carol Dent. 22nd is Titus Marchi. 23rd is Dylan Eberheim. 24th, Ray Dent Sr. 25th, Casey Nikato. 26th, Easton Myers. 27th, Giorgio Tatsuyama. 28th, Jay Jefferson. 29th, Matt Boy. And 30th is Joe Jefferson. 31st is Derek Green. 32nd, Matt McIntyre. 33rd, Marvon Tamey. 34th, Chris Kyle. And 35th is Blazy Batar. That is your point standings at the 10th race of the season at Trenton. We'll next see you for round number 11 at the Ontario Motor Speedway. And until then, keep the hammer down, and we'll see you at the track.